So let us put ourselves in the presence of the source of life, source of light, and the source of love. Just consider what these terms mean. Life, we all feel that we are living and existing. We have an idea what it is. Light, pure light of consciousness, where intelligence manifests itself. And love is that qualitative feeling, in our case, that is completely unconditional, not fettered by fear or reward or rival. Let's feel that we are surrounded by this love. Let's feel that we are loved. Let us visualize this as a divine flow of grace that enters us from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Let us pause while we feel the presence of that source of life and light and love. Let us feel that the body is surrounded by an atmosphere of this divinity. It is both outside and inside, like air is inside a pot and outside too. Let us mentally make a salutation to all great teachers that have gone before us, that are present now, and those to come. Let us awaken our attention by the repetition of the creative sound symbol Om. Let's take a deep breath in, and on the exhalation, repeat the sound Om. Let us allow the vibration of this primordial sound Om to fill up every cell and molecule of the body. Let us awaken all the senses, all the fibers of our being, infused with this divine existence, this consciousness and bliss. Let us, as it were, expand this to the environment around us, wishing all well as we bless. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be blissful. Let us extend this fragrant blessing attitude not only to people, places, and events that we know locally and on our planet, but beyond that, to worlds unknown, very furthest corners of the universe, as well as the interspace between. Let us continue this infusion of divinity by repeating to ourselves a mantra that your teacher may have given you, or otherwise you can continue with the Omkara mantra or any other phrase or assertion that suits you. This mantra is a protecting thought that is the sound embodiment of your representation of the Absolute. Let us try to understand that from these primordial vibrations, the world comes as a series of oscillations and vibrations, intercombined to make the world familiar to our senses. These waves, while we may think of them as material, are waves of divine grace flowing. Let us feel that the body is constituted from these waves. And while our attention is on this combination of waves that become the body, let us be aware of how we are seated. Let us ensure that the chest, the neck, and the head is arranged in a straight line, pushing the hips forward slightly so that our posture is straight, yet relaxed. Let us adopt a let go attitude, remaining alert and aware of all the bodily sensations. Let us first be aware of how the hands are arranged. Just make sure that somewhere our hands are in contact with the body. Just be aware of different parts of the body, starting off with the left hand, putting all our attention and awareness into that. And then the right hand. Thinking these are more than hands, but symbols of recipients of divine grace flowing. Symbols not only of receiving, but also giving. Let us Just be aware that these different parts of the body are well coordinated and arranged as an instrument. And let us re-register this body as a divine housing. Let us clean the interior of it by flooding every cell and molecule of the body with divine light and life and love. Thinking that every cell is a reflection of a central divinity, pure consciousness. Let us turn to the diaphragm muscle. Let us be aware of its movement up and down. Let us breathe in such a way that we are aware of peace and regularity. Let us feel the air being taken in through the nostrils and leaving, so that the air is flowing over the upper lip. Let us register the difference in temperature. Let us be aware of this housing instrument called the body. It is like a city, and we don't have to attend to it. Some inner presence is there that by its very presence enables every subtle movement in the body, enabling breathing, blood circulation, heartbeat. Enabling the complex exchange that makes the city work with the fuel given. Working almost autonomously by virtue of the ruler within the city. You can think of this ruler as seated in the very depths of the city, the very central part, the internal heart, not the physical heart, central entity, something like a cave deep within. It is from this central cave that the light of awareness and consciousness is present and flows out as divine grace, radiating in all directions, appearing as thought and the awareness of thought, appearing in the mental field within. Let us pause to be aware of the comings and goings within this mental field. Be something like a witness that is aware of waves of thoughts entering, having their day, and leaving. Let us not try to change this, only to be aware of the vacillations and comings and goings of these various impressions, thinking that they are formulations modifications of a single current of thought appearing. Let us be still in order to know the nature of our own being. This internal single presence we can visualize as something brighter than the sun in disk form, or like a flame that is unflickering and unborn. Let us feel the warmth of its eternal and infinite love. Let us feel a flood of grace coming from this and filling, as it were, every space, every aperture, mobilizing every wave. Let us sink down deeply into this presence. Let us feel that we are seated where it's seated. Let us beam our infinite glory from there. Let us feel this radiating as infinite beauty, infinite bliss. Let us feel it as pure intelligence, as the harmony of pure energy. Let us feel it as infinite consciousness. Let us sink down deeply into this infinite presence. Let us feel that nearness becomes oneness as we enter, as it were, into this realm of pure existence, pure consciousness, and infinite bliss. We ask for nothing. We only remain in the eternal silence of the eternal presence, pure being. And just as the sun radiates its warmth and energy and beauty, just as the sun is a life giver, just as the sun knows every corner, the radiance of our own pure being radiates in all directions, itself creating space and time and causation everywhere, expressing itself as divine waves of dance and play in every limb, in every corpuscle, in every consolidated part of the human body, in every corner of the mind, in every part of the atmosphere, condensed in every tree, in every flower, in every cloud, in every molecule of water, in every scene, in every upraised hill and mountain, in every insect, in every blade of grass, in every animal, in every word, in the power of speech, in the capacity to pick up vibrations through the air. Its grace is expressed as every hand movement, every pulsation of the heart, every sensation in the toes, whether it is north or south or east or west, in every direction. Let us feel this radiation of infinite love, of infinite beauty, of pure and infinite harmony of energy, all of life, all things that move and do not move, every atom, every subtle electrical impulse, every name and every form and every function. Glory to that one being without a second, whose consciousness is expressed everywhere and whose essence is consciousness itself. Glory to that one being that demonstrates itself through apparitional causation everywhere. Like the sun displaying its seven colors, as it were, through the prism in the same way. Let us feel the disbursement of this radiation through the prism of the mind. Salutations repeatedly to that glorious one who shines, that shining, everything shines. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Or let us remain seated. Let us awaken the body. Let us become aware of our surroundings, so that what we see in meditation with eyes closed can be seen all around with eyes open.